Next, we call on John Carver, Superintendent of Van Meter Public Schools, 29 years of educational experience as a high school social studies teacher, coach, athletic director, middle school principal, high school principal. He wants to talk a little bit, I think, about the one-on-one program and perhaps something else.
Secretary Duncan, it's good to see you again. We first met prior to the caucuses at SAI headquarters and stuff. I tell you, Van Meter Schools, we've stepped through the looking glass. And we are now one of 3 school districts on the planet that has a one-to-one computer capacity and a virtual reality capacity. We are in a partnership with Rockwell Collins. And the engineers at Rockwell tell us the one-to-one computers and the virtual reality has as great a potential for change as the printing press. And currently, I gave one of your staffers a folder of information, but currently in Iowa there are 15 one-to-one schools. Next fall there could be as many as 30 schools. We're looking at an entirely different modality of teaching and learning. The thing that's exciting about it is that as far as rural schools go, we have a plan and a model that can provide world-class education to anyone in the state of Iowa. Darren Derflinger, my secondary principal, has come up with a plan, and Chris, you'll like this, to pay teachers $100,000. And we've come up with a plan to restructure education along the Mercy Hospital system, a hub hospital and outpatient surgeries. But I would tell you that it's in a very exciting time, to the point that we've been approached by 4 other school districts, one in Virginia, one in Utah, one in Michigan, to take what we're doing at Van Meter and replicate it in those school districts and such. Jack Harris at Rockwell Collins is a patriot, and he has been providing more VR systems to schools in Iowa. But I guess the concern we have is that as we are providing this, the method of assessment and showing is it doesn't fit a paper and pencil test. We have the Allers Law firm, Drew Bracken, standing by to, as the kids are moving from consumers of content to creators of content, and intellectual property rights, we're setting up protocols so that as kids create things on virtual reality, their IP rights are protected. The other thing that we're seeing is that special ed and tag are being redefined. Walking through Van Meter schools, which is 20 miles from where we now sit, you can't differentiate between a kid on IEP or a kid that's in tag. And so my question going forward is the I3 grants. How are we going to be able to access those? What are the thoughts on that?
A couple thoughts. First of all, I think technology can absolutely be this great equalizer. Whether it's rural communities, whether it's inner city, urban, it is a new world. And I'm so thrilled to hear what you guys are working on. And we're trying to put, when I talk about well-rounded education, STEM is a big part of that. Right. We have $300 million in this year's, in the upcoming budget just for the STEM fields. The I3 grants, and just take a minute, this is $650 million in money in discretionary resources. And that became available this past week. I think applications are due in May. And again, we simply, I just can't say this enough, we simply want to take to scale what's working. You demonstrate to us this ability of the technology to close achievement gaps and raise the bar for all children, and we want to help you do more. And so it'll be competitive. It'll be 3 levels of grants, in the $2 to $5 million, and then in the 10 and 20, the top grants will be as much as $50 million. So this is very real resources. And what we want to do is invest in what's proven to make a difference for students. So this is not in the, we're not investing in the next great idea that doesn't have any evidence. We're not investing in nice people who have good ideas. We're investing in people who can tell us, demonstrate to us, show us the difference in making students' lives. And I think you guys are onto something very, very special. I'm thrilled the other districts are looking at what you're doing. And I think we're just starting to scratch the surface in terms of how we enable our students to learn, not just during the school day, but after school, weekends, cell phones, how are we delivering content 24/7, not just 6 hours a day?
It's happening. It's happening.
Right.